Hi guys, so in this video today we're going to talk about bullying and how to prevent your child from being bullied and what steps to take if your kid is getting bullied. Okay, so if you're new to the channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button. If you're watching this on Instagram TV, go ahead and like this post and also follow us so that way you don't miss out on any new content. Okay, so bullying. Why do kids get bullied in the first place? Where does it come from, right? So bullying doesn't necessarily mean have to be physical. It can also be verbal. It can also be on social media, right? That's very common these days for kids to get cyberbullied on social media. And the reason why bullies bully is because they usually feel insecure about themselves. They have something going on, and I would even argue this for adults as well. Like a lot of adults, you know, on the internet, when they're getting so mad and they're just commenting on stuff, that's usually because they feel like icky about themselves and they want to express on other people, right? When's the last time you saw Michael Jordan or LeBron James or John Elway or like anybody who's really successful like comment on a YouTube video, right? It doesn't happen. They don't comment negative things. They don't have time for that stuff, right? So here's the thing. If your kids are getting bullied right now, first of all, I feel for you because I was bullied as a kid. I dealt with some bullying at school, and which is another reason why my parents put me in martial arts. But you know, if your kids are getting bullied right now, there's a couple things you got to recognize. First of all, they're not alone. A lot of kids get bullied, but they're really quiet about it. They don't tell anyone about it. And sometimes a form of bullying may not even be bullying. It might be something they just don't take the right way. You know, this happens really very commonly, where I talk to kids and I ask them like, "Hey, how's school?" And it's like, "Oh, I'm getting bullied." It's like, "Oh, why?" It's like, "Oh, some kids were talking bad about me." And I was like, "Well, did you hear their conversation?" It's like, "Oh, I just heard my name," and then they pointed at me. I was like, okay, well, you don't know exactly what they're saying. You don't know the whole context. And I feel like that's a lot of issues that we have in the world right now today, is that there's a lot of lack of context. People are misquoting people and taking things. But that's for another video for another time. But you know, so that's the first thing, is that they might be bullied, but they're actually just kind of not understanding what the person's trying to say. They are assuming, they're projecting that they're getting bullied if someone's saying something about them or someone's pointing at them or laughing at them when they have no context of the situation, right? Now, they could actually be getting bullied. They could be getting picked on. Someone could be saying something mean to them, right? So if that's the case, you know, one of the reasons why bullies bully, other than the fact that they're insecure, is because they think it's fun and they actually want to gauge a reaction. Right? They want to get a reaction, want to get a response. This is why in the media, if you ever look at like news headlines and articles, the reason why they put such clickbaity titles is because they want you to click on it and they want you to like basically get mad, right? Because they want you to comment, because that gets their engagement, right? That's what they want, right? The same thing with bullies. They're going to do that so they can kind of get some reaction from you. So one of the things I teach my martial arts students, both online and in person, is how to be a brick wall, right? How to be a brick wall, how to be an emotionless, boring person when there's a bully around, right? Because if you're an emotionless, boring person, they're gonna be like, this is not for me. You know, this guy's boring. This girl's boring. I don't want to pick on them, right? So one of the easier ways to do that is to actually do deep breathing exercises and some form of meditation, right? Now, you don't have to be a religious person. It doesn't matter if you're a religious person or not. I happen to be a Christian, but these lessons can be applied to, regardless of what religion you have. The principle is the same. The more you breathe in and the more you breathe out, right, and the more you learn how to calm your thoughts, the better it is, right? The better it is and the more calm person you become. You become more of a responsive person rather than a reactive person, right? So what I recommend for your child is that I want you guys to practice deep breathing exercises. Deep breathing exercises and learning how to let go. You know, oftentimes when we're in situations where somebody's bullying us, somebody's being mean, or someone's being offensive on the internet, it's because we're focusing so much on that, right? We're paying so much attention to the negative energy that it seeps into our lives, right? Whereas if we focus on the positive energy, more positive things come to us, right? And that's something that kids need to learn early on, because as they're growing up in this crazy time, with this crazy world where there's so much negativity and so much just bad things happening and so much arguing and so much people being so easily offended by everything, it's better to teach your kids the value of taking in things that are positive and just discarding things that are negative, shutting the door on them completely, right? And I feel like if you do this, right, and we do this, I've done this with my martial arts students, and I've seen kids go from really like nervous and like always, you know, anxious about what people think, to like completely not caring, right? Now there's a difference between not caring and having confidence, right? So having confidence means you do what you have to do regardless of the outcomes or regardless of the circumstances around you, and not caring is like generally not caring. So what I'm talking about is, giving your kids the confidence to recognize if somebody's being mean and just kind of shutting it off, right? Shutting off, ignoring them, discarding them, not even associating themselves with that person, right? And the sooner your kids can do that, the more successful they'll become. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. If you're watching this on YouTube, hit the subscribe button and click the bell so you get notified of new videos. If you're watching this on Facebook right now, go ahead and follow our page and give us a thumbs up. Share it with a friend. And if you're watching this on Instagram TV, go ahead and comment down below. I'd like to know your thoughts. I'd like to know what you think about this topic. And if you guys are interested in getting a 6-week online virtual course, I teach lessons just like this inside of it. Just send me a DM or a comment down below, and I'll happy to send you information. Okay? Hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you all next time.